Chris, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming on the show, bud. It's great to see you.
Jimmy Fallon, how's it going? How's your summer been, Jimmy?
I'm learning. I'm always learning, man. You know I love you, buddy.
Hey. I love when they always say the one and only. Like I know you've been duped before.
I know, but I said the well, I know. It just fits.
I know the last time we had the fake Chris Rock on, but tonight it's the one and only.
It fits. It fits with your name. The one
I'm
and
just
only.
saying.
Yeah, I know.
If you're gonna fake being a celebrity, why would you fake me? You know what I mean? I'd fake being The Rock, actually, more than fake being Chris Rock. That seems a lot more fun.
We got to Zoom a couple times together, and this is it's always interesting. I don't know when to on the ones that we were on, when to make a joke, when to come in. Like, are people waiting on us to make jokes?
We had some epic Zooms
Like
this
like crazy ones where it's just like, wow. I was just kind of sitting back. I was like, wow, just watching.
It's me, you, Leo, Matt Damon, Kevin Hart, Sandler. I remember I did ones like it was like me, Kevin Hart, and Tom Brady. like I don't really know Tom Brady,
Wow.
but it was nice to talk to him.
Yeah,
you get acquainted.
It was crazy.
Like some epic, ridiculous Zooms.
Chappelle, I think, was on. How was
Yes.
Camp Chappelle? Because I know Questlove saw you there.
Camp Chappelle's great. I think I may go back. I mean, who knows? I may end up there this weekend. You never know.
Right.
Yeah. Have you been yet?
No, I do want to go because I miss performing in front of a crowd.
You gotta go. You get off your plane. They test you for COVID immediately.
Really?
And once your test comes back negative, you get a wristband, and now you can enter the inner sanctum.
Yes.
And so everybody, you can look. Everybody's got a wristband, and so no one's got COVID.
Wow.
And so you can actually hang out with people, and we, drink, smoke, whatever, and just have a COVID-free time.
And what was it like going in front of an audience?
It was kind of cool. Remember at the comedy clubs, I always said, the Rain crowd was always the best because they really wanted to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're happy to be indoors.
Well, the COVID crowd is even better. The COVID crowd is very happy that there's a show.
Yeah. They want to be, if they want entertainment, they're like, yes.
Just give us anything. We have watched Tiger King far too many times. Give us anything.
You said that the pandemic has been for you like what an off season is for an athlete. What do you mean by that?
I just been, you know what? I had all this time. It's like, what are you gonna do? Well, I mean, so I started working out in a weird, obsessive way, in a kind of Kevin Hart, Joe Piscopo way. And just been I've been working out. I learned to swim. I've been swimming a lot because I couldn't swim forever.
I didn't know that.
I grew up in the hood. It's hard to swim with the water from a fire hydrant. When a fire hydrant is your ocean.
Yeah, exactly. Just like doggy paddle. Yeah, no.
I mean, you can work on a few strokes, but
the pressure pushes you back.
Really hard to really. That's hard. Yeah, it's just hard to. Yeah.
That's fun.
Swim on 125th Street.
I always think of you, Chris, because I feel like you and Bill Murray always end up in these places where I go, what is going on? How did you end up? Who did you? And I always think about it all the time. You were hanging out with YouTube star David Dobrik recently. That's what made me think of this.
David. I like David.
How did you meet?
Kid.
How do you end up? How does David Dobrik and Chris Rock end up together?
Well, you gotta understand, my kids are like my focus group at this point.
Yep.
And if they say somebody's funny, then they're funny to me. I don't,
That's right.
So my kids, they've left Kevin Hart. you know, and now they're on David Dobrik. Right? And I'm watching this stuff, and they're like, he lives in the Valley. And I'm like, well, we were in LA at the time. Yeah, let's go see him. Let's see what he's doing. So I made a couple of calls. And I talked to him and said, it's okay if I stop by. Never met him before, by the way.
He's great.
And he said, sure. So me and my kids, we got in a truck. We first made a stop at In-N-Out, because that's what you do when you're in LA. You got to get your In-N-Out.
You have to.
And then we went over to David's house, you know, and we hung out for, you know, half a day or whatever. And now me and David are like this.
No. Yeah. I know. Yeah, right.
This.
You've always been recognizing great talent in people. Most recently, I thought Leslie Jones. But you once tried to get, is this true, Cardi B into comedy?
Yeah, well, yes, I've been. When I say recognized talent, it's just people are so obviously funny. It's like, yes, I remember I used to try to get Leslie Jones an agent for years, and no one would listen to me. Finally, of course, Lorne Michaels is a genius, and he asked me if I knew any black women for SNL. And I said, I might have somebody for you. So yeah, I knew Leslie Jones early. I'll say JB Smoove premiered on the Chris Rock show.
Yeah.
Hannibal. I remember pitching Wendy Williams to HBO for a show 20 years ago, and they didn't want to go for it.
For a talk show?
But the latest person, a talk show, yeah. They thought I was crazy. And yeah.
Yeah, look at her now. She's phenomenal, of course. Wendy Williams.
Yeah, look at her now. God bless her.
But what happened with Cardi B?
Exactly what I knew she was going to do.
Yeah.
Cardi B, I saw like on some YouTube thing or whatever. Again, my kids showed me this Cardi B girl, and she didn't have a record out or anything. And I was like, okay, we should do a show with her. I'm not even going to say what network. But so I went, me, Cardi B, and her management, you know, to like kind of get a show going. And it just never happened. But I thought she was, and she told me about her rap at the time. And I was like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're a comedy star.
Yeah.
So
she is really funny.
She is really, I think Cardi B is the funniest woman, or one of the funniest people, you know.
Yeah.
It's like Chappelle, Cardi, you know what I mean? Like in the standings right now, like who are the funniest people in the world?
Yeah.
Cardi's right up there. She's neck and neck with Bill Burr. You know what I mean? Like, she's good, man.
Bill Burr, he was awesome.
Yeah, you know, Bill puts a little more writing into it, but Cardi can hang with anybody.
Can you stick around? I want to talk about Fargo. I'm really excited about this.
Sure.
All right, cool.
For you, I'll do it.
More with Chris Rock when we come back, everybody.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on.